Lactantius De Mortibus Persecutorum, Episode 12. Qua re ad Neronem de lata, cum animad verteret, non modo Romae, sed ubique quotidie magnam multitudinem, deficere occulto ide lordrum et ad religionem novam damnata vetusta transire, ut erdra execrabilis ac nocens tierdranus, proseliuit ad excedendum caeleste templum, de lendamque justitiam et primus omnium persecutus Dei servus petrum cruci adfixit, palum interfecit. Lactantius begins this section with an ablative absolute, qua re de lata. These are all feminine singular and ablative. When this matter, qua re, meaning the establishment of churches in Rome, was reported or carried back to Nero, ad Neronem, this matter was carried back to Nero, and when, cum he noticed, animad verteret is a third singular, imperfect subjunctive. This is a cum temporal clause. When he noticed, and is going to introduce oratio obliqua, indirect statement. So he noticed that non modo Romae, not only at Rome, here's the locative, but everywhere, each day, day by day, quotidie, and now we have the accusative subject of the indirect statement. A great crowd, a great multitude, deficere, there's our infinitive in the indirect statement. So the verb that introduces the construction, animad verteret, the subject, multitudinem, and the infinitive, deficere. He noticed that a big crowd was defecting or going away, occultu idolordrum, from the worship of idols. And secondly, he noticed that the great crowd, multitudinem, to the new religion, ad religionem novam, was crossing over, transire. So there is our second infinitive. Deficere and transire. They were crossing over to the new religion, damnata vetusta, with the old one, vetusta religio, or religione, since this is an ablative absolute, religione, with the old religion condemned or despised, rejected. When he noticed all of that, as he was, ut erat, ut with an indicative like this is parenthetical, and is regularly translated into English as when or as. As he was, execrabilis ac nocens tierdranus, a despot, terrible and guilty, or dangerous. What did he do? He proseliuit. He jumped up, proseliuit. The subject is the idea conveyed by ad Neronem. We don't have Nero here stated as the subject, but the idea is clear enough. He jumped forth. Why? Ad excedendum. Ad with a gerundive here. Ad plus the gerundive indicates purpose. We know that it's a gerundive and not a gerund because it's modifying a noun, templum. He jumped forward in order to cut down, to hack up the heavenly temple, caeleste templum. And here's his second reason, to destroy or wipe out righteousness, delendam justitiam. So excedendum and delendam are both gerundives, and they modify templum and justitiam respectively, with caeleste here as another adjective for templum. So notice there is a parallelism of construction, but it is broken up, so it's not perfectly symmetrical, by the inclusion of this adjective. And we're still not to the end of the sentence yet. First of them all, primus omnium, he persecuted, persecutus. This is the participle from the deponent third conjugation verb, persequor, persequi. This form then is active. And first of all, he persecuted Dei servos, God's servants. He persecuted them first. By doing what? This is a participle, so it is subordinate to the verb. And having persecuted the servants of God, first of all, he did two things. He attached or affixed Peter to a cross, cruci, feminine, singular, and dative, and he killed, i.e. by beheading, as the legend goes, Paul. So again, notice the style. Petrum, object, Paulum. Adfixit, interfecit. Both of these are perfect tense verbs, third singular, and of course there is a break in the symmetry by placing cruci in here. Peter to a cross he attached, Paul he simply killed. This is a photo of a statue of St. Paul clutching a sword and his letters. This statue stands in the courtyard of the basilica outside Rome called St. Paul's Outside the Walls, the legendary spot of his death. This picture was taken by yours truly in January of 2016.